My question is, what does the new intensify in attacks meaning for the prospects of negotiated peace in diplomacy? Is diplomacy still alive or dead?
Thank you for the question. The issue with the Russians' continued attacks is one of policy. They are still following their initial plan is to keep the pressure on while the discussions continue. They have their demands. They want to stick to their demands and pressure Ukraine to basically submit. So right now, the drones are basically pressuring the Ukrainians and East Europe to start making a decision regarding their demands, particularly about the territory, reduction of the military, and the issue with NATO not going in. So they're very held fast on basically dealing with that. Actually, at one point, I'll just note about the drones attack. I just was notified that one of the drone attack hit a target that everybody's dear concerned about, the Chernobyl nuclear plant that was supposedly had a protective shield around it. They had a infrastructure put around it to contain the radiation. Well, apparently one of the drones struck the superstructure, punctured it, and now the nuclear regulatory people are stating that that containment area is no longer able to control the radiation. So there's alarming concerns regarding that across Europe because the prevailing winds leads into Europe. And so the issue has to be addressed immediately, hopefully. But the concern is basically now, as this conflict continues, it comes more and more critical that Europe does something because it is now affecting Ukraine and the possibility of radiation. Think about it, radiation seeping over to Europe.
Sir, what role should neighboring countries like Poland, Finland, Denmark, or other NATO members or European Union play now to deter further strikes or provide humanitarian support or to stop war or to start negotiation? I know it is a very wide question for you, sir.
Yes, it is a very broad question. The point is that because of the issues that's happening right now, particularly with Ukraine and Russia and the U.S. Response to it, Europe has to make an assessment of basically what they have. The countries, the neighboring countries around there now have to concern about a more European-centric type of NATO response, and what can we do ourselves, irresponsive of what the United States and the other non-European countries is stating. The issue is now becoming very personal regarding the regional area. Russia is basically an arm's length away, particularly with the drones, that they have the ability to cause concern, potential strikes, and using a lot of artificial intelligence and drones to disrupt the day-to-day operations of Europe, and particularly with the energy part. So the countries have to now think about self-preservation versus being supported by their neighbors and agreed comrades. So NATO is going to have to take a very different approach. European unions now have to talk about things that they can do, have to do in terms of self-preservation. So right now, it is more focused on a European NATO response and protection of each other in regards with Russia. They have to stand up and they have to have a response, and Russia have to see that they are doing something collectively instead of waiting for the peace process to happen. Each country have to determine exactly what is best for them.
Sir, should the international community reassess its support and response strategies for Ukraine after this kind of assault, after this kind of escalation, after this kind of brutal attack on the infrastructure, it means on the economy, sir?
Thank you again for the question. The situation is very critical right now. It appears that Ukraine will suffer from these brutal attacks long after uh, the guns and the drones have stopped. What I mean is basically the infrastructure has been basically decimated. Uh, we have winter coming on. We have people. We have all these things that has to be put back together either way. So we have people who are still living in the country. We have a country that serves as a international breadbasket for the world. We have energy issues. We have a lot of stuff that goes in between. Ukraine is located directly in between the other parts of Europe, and it provides a lot of stuff that needed in the world. So the European has to assess how can we deal with this situation uh, either way. If it goes with the ceasefire, it goes with the surrender, it goes with continued fighting, how are we going to maintain the normal ebb and flow of the day-to-day life? It is something that has to be addressed. We can't, the countries cannot sit around and wait for a result. The results will be a negative one for anyone who do not take proactive measures to protect their own self-interest right now.
All
The
right, sir.
war is going to end. It's going to end one day, but we still have to prepare for each way. So it is not a win-win situation. It's a situation we have to deal with what we know. And what we know is that we have a conflict and it's not going to end well.
Military establishment or military lobby or defense business lobbying are so strong, they are starting one after one war around the world. They are using Donald Trump to move the focus shifting from Middle East to Ukraine to Venezuela. My just question is, could a political solution or the uh, interim decisions by the world leaders can stop this war, or world leaders are somehow, some way caught or beneficiary from the defense establishment, defense businessman? Norman, what would be your comment on these direct questions?
Yes, my direct response is war is big business. To the fact we changed our government, our cabinet is now the Department of War. That wasn't some fraudulent slip. It was made by design. The lobbyists, the people who basically fund and do big business, uh, concerned that, not concerned, but they want to make sure that this war business goes on globally. We know one for a fact that Russia, under the Putin's administration, is designed for war. If you don't have a war, we're going to make a war. We don't have a war, we're going to create a war. So war is going to be there, and the manufacturers and the business people are helping on ensuring that there will be a conflict somewhere on this planet so they can make a profit. So basically, we're talking big business. Peace is not good business. Peace is something that we do resetting to start another conflict. So when you see peace, it's just a reset for a conflict somewhere. So the the impact of this is basically it's all profit.